हेलो एंड वेलकम टू ज्यूरिसेज अकेडमीज यूट्यूब चैनल। आज के वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं जनवरी के इम्पोर्टेंट केस लॉस की। अगर आप क्लैट पीजी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं सो डू चेक आउट आवर एंटायर वीडियो सीरीज फॉर द ईयर 2022 एज वेल, जहां पे वी हैव कवर्ड ऑल दीज इम्पोर्टेंट केस लॉस फॉर क्लैट फॉर all months starting from January 2022. So let's start this video and see what have been the important cases in the month of January. Before we start, we are also organizing a webinar on how to get All India rank under 50 in CLAT PG examination, where one of our students who scored All India rank 40 in 2023 CLAT will be discussing his strategy and what he did to get this score and get this rank. So if you're interested, do check it out. It's on 18th February 2023. It is only for enrolled students of Jurisedge Academy. So you can also check out our LLM entrance courses from the link given in the description box. Now coming to the first important case that we have for January is the judgment of Kaushal Kishore versus State of Uttar Pradesh, a very important constitution bench judgment. In this case, the court was talking about the ambit of Article 19, Clause 2. So the issue was about what kind of restrictions can be imposed on the fundamental right of MPs, MLAs and ministers under Article 19(1)(a). So the court held that grounds of restriction under 19(2) are exhaustive and no additional grounds can be imposed on the fundamental right of Article 19(1)(a). The court also said that fundamental rights under Articles 19 and 21 can be enforced even against persons other than state or its instrumentalities. In this case, Justice B.V. Nagaratna dissented on certain issues. So it's a very important case so far as CLAT is concerned, because it deals with the right of freedom of speech, which is a very, very important topic for CLAT examination. Coming to the second case, we have the judgment of Vivek Narayan Sharma versus Union of India, another 5-judge bench decision in which the court was testing the validity of demonetization scheme of 2017. So in this case, the court by a 4:1 majority decided that the decision making behind demonetization was lawful. The court also read Section 26, Clause 2 of the RBI Act as meaning that the central government may declare any or all series of bank notes on the recommendation of RBI as invalid. The court held that this power is not excessive delegation as it is guided by the recommendations of the Reserve Bank of India. In this case, Justice B.V. Nagaratna dissented and held that this power could have only been exercised by the central government strictly on the recommendation of the Reserve Bank of India. Before we move further, we also have many batches starting with respect to CLAT 2024. So if you're interested, do check out our foundation and growth hack batch from the link given in the description, or you can call on the number on your screens. Now coming to the third important case for January, we have the judgment of KC Cinema versus State of Jammu and Kashmir. In this 2-judge bench decision, the court has held that right of cinema theatres to prohibit outside food is protected under Article 19(1)(g) of the Constitution, and this restriction that has been imposed by cinema theatres is not unfair, unreasonable or unconscionable. So the court has protected this as the part of freedom of trade, occupation and business under 19(1)(g) of the Constitution. Coming to the fourth important case, we have the judgment of Deepak Anand Patil versus State of Maharashtra. In this 2-judge bench decision, the court has made important observations on the topic of principles of natural justice under administrative law. The court has held that a quasi-judicial body is under an obligation to disclose material to all parties and give the opportunity of being heard. The court has also referred to the landmark case of T. Takano versus SEBI, a 2022 judgment which also dealt with the aspects of principles of natural justice. Coming to the fifth important case, we have the judgment of Baharul Islam versus Indian Medical Association. In this case, the Supreme Court was examining that whether the legislature has a power to overrule the court judgments or not. So they reiterated that legislature cannot directly overrule a court decision. However, the legislature may retrospectively remove the foundation on which the judgment was based. So validating acts can be passed if the defect which was highlighted in the judgment is removed. Coming to the sixth important case, we have the case of Ashok Pandey versus Union of India. In this 2-judge bench decision, the Supreme Court was dealing with the appointment of judges to High Court. The court held that there is no provision in the Constitution which prohibits lawyers practicing in the Supreme Court from being appointed as judges of High Court. This will not amount to violation of Article 217, Clause 2 of the Constitution. Coming to the seventh case, we have Saurav Das versus Union of India. In this important two-judge bench decision, the Supreme Court refused to direct that charge sheets filed by the investigating agencies need to be uploaded on public websites for public access. The court held that charge sheets are not public documents and they can be misused if made available to the public. The court also held that directions in the Youth Bar Association of India versus Union of India case regarding uploading of FIR cannot be extended to charge sheets. Lastly, in the case of Advocates Association Bengaluru versus Barun Mitra, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court was interpreting Article 222 of the Constitution of India, and the Supreme Court criticized the Centre for delay in notifying transfer of High Court judges as per collegium recommendations. The court held that any delay will affect not only the administration of justice, but it will also create an impression as if there are third-party sources interfering on behalf of these judges with the government. This brings us to the end of our monthly update for January 2023. Do check out this space for upcoming months as well. If you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.